Autos back again. I hope you guys are doing well. So guys, today I have with me this car, which is the 2021 Toyota Glanza. This is the top end V automatic variant. As always in this video as well, we are going to talk about the exterior interior feature space. By the end of the video, I'll also tell you guys how is it to drive. So let's please start this video. Before starting the video, if you are looking out to buy this car or any other car or a used car, then definitely you can contact us. You can message us your contact number, your location, and we will get back to you with the on-road pricing as well as the best deal possible. Now you can enjoy this video. Let's please start without wasting any more time. So guys, now let's quickly start off with the walk around. Let's quickly start off with the front profile of the car. So right in the center here you have the Toyota logo. Here you have this chrome strips provided. One more thing which you might notice right here is the fact that this particular chrome strip actually merges into this particular element in the headlamp. Now talking about the headlamp on the Toyota Glanza in the top end variant, here you basically get a LED projector headlamp setup. This is your projector, this is your LED DRL, and this is your fog lamp. So that is much about the front profile of the car. Here as you can see, this is how the front profile looks like. It surely looks quite a lot similar to the Maruti Suzuki Baleno. Now moving on to the side profile of the car. So here as you can see, it actually becomes very difficult to tell whether if it is a Maruti Suzuki Baleno or the Toyota Glanza. At the side here you basically have this chrome strip running which covers the side profile of the car. There is again some amount of chrome which is used on the door handles. So here as you can see, this is how the door handles looks like. Now here you have a button for your passive entry, so you don't really need to take the key out of your pocket. By the way, let me show you guys the key of the car. So here, this is how the key of the car looks like. Here you have two buttons provided, this to lock the car, this to unlock the car. So you just need to carry the key, walk towards your car, and when you press this button here as you can see, the doors will lock and the mirrors will also fold automatically. When you press it again, the car unlocks. So guys, that is much about the side profile of the car. Now let's quickly have a look at the rear profile. So here as you can see, this is how the rear profile of the car looks like. Now because this is the top end variant, so on the right here you basically have this V badge. In the center you have the Toyota badge. On the left you basically have this Glanza badge. On the roof you have this normal antenna provided. This is your high mounted stop lamp, and this is your chrome lip spoiler provided right there. Because this is the top end variant, you obviously have your reverse parking camera right here. These are your reverse parking sensors, and here you basically have your LED tail lights as well. Now guys, let me show you guys the boot space which you have in the Toyota Glanza. So for that I'll have to unlock the car. So let me unlock the car first. So here you basically have a button provided. As soon as you press this button, it actually opens up your boot space. It is very easy to open the boot space as well. So here as you can see, this is the amount of space which is on offer in the boot of the Toyota Glanza, 339 liters to be precise, and you can easily carry two big bags right here. Here you have some space to keep stuff. Here again you have some space to keep stuff. Below this you obviously have your spare wheel kept. Now the spare wheel is not a full size wheel. The tire profile right here is 185/65 R15. These are 15 inches steel rims provided right there. So guys, this is the amount of space which you have in the boot. By the way, here you, as you can see, the seats which you get are 60-40 split, so you can basically tumble the seats in order to increase the luggage carrying capacity as well. Now let me close the boot, and this is how the rear profile looks like. Now guys, let's quickly have a look at the tire profile, and then I'll move inside the car and I'll show you guys what all features do you have. So here as you can see, the tire profile is 195/55 R16. Those are 16 inches alloy wheels provided right here. The design of the alloy wheels is, again, it looks quite nice. Moving on to the side here, as you can see, again here you basically have a request button. In most of the cars you don't really get a request button on the co-driver side, but on this one you do have a request button. So that is again a very good feature to have. This is how the side profile of the car looks like. On the mirror you obviously have your indicator provided right here. Now let's quickly move inside the car and let me show you guys what all features do you get. First of all, let me switch off the headlamps. So here as you can see, this is how the dashboard and the interior of the car looks like. Let me get inside. Let me start the car for you guys. So here as you can see, as soon as you start the car, the mirrors automatically open up, which is again a very good feature to have. So guys, now I am inside the car here. As you can see, this is how it actually welcomes you with the Toyota logo. So there is some amount of customization done right there. Now let's start talking about the features which you have in the car. Starting off from the dashboard. So here, as you can see, the dashboard is completely finished in black right here. Let's quickly start off with the steering wheel. So here you basically have your leather wrap steering wheel. Here you have a few buttons, this to increase the volume, this is to decrease the volume. From here you can actually change the tracks, this for your mute, this for your mode. So you can basically change the Bluetooth mode as well from FM, AM and Bluetooth. Here you have again a chrome insert provided, which again adds a good appeal inside the car. Here you have a few buttons again. So here, as you can see, this basically to accept and reject the calls, this for your voice command as well. So that is much about the interior, that is much about the steering wheel. Now the steering wheel also gets tilt adjust right here. So from here you can actually adjust the steering wheel for tilt adjust. Now let's quickly have a look at the instrument cluster. So here, as you can see, this is how the instrument cluster of the car looks like. It will surely provide you with basic information. Here you have a stick provided. From here you can basically press this particular stick and you can toggle through the information. So the speedometer is provided analog, the tachometer, the RPM indicator is again provided in analog. In the center you have an MID, it shows you average fuel economy, range as well, your trip A, trip B, instantaneous fuel efficiency, your driving time. And because this is the top end variant, this is the automatic variant, it shows you your parking, if the car is in park or basically it is in drive mode. Here it will show you time, and here it will also show the amount of power and torque which is churned out. So as soon as I apply the accelerator right here, as you can see, it actually shows you the amount of power and torque which is churned out. Now one thing which is missing right here, which you get in the top end variant of the manual model, is the mild hybrid system. Now I have already spoken a lot about the mild hybrid system in my review. I have also given you guys a review of the Glanza manual model. I'll surely provide you with the link somewhere right here, so you can basically check out that video as well. In that video I have explained you how the mild hybrid system works, and the mild hybrid system is only available in the manual model because this is the automatic variant. Here you don't really have that mild hybrid system, so that is something which is missing, that you only get in the manual model. So that is much about the instrument cluster, guys. Now here, as you can see, in the instrument cluster there is this blue light provided. In order to increase and decrease the intensity of this light, I'll show you guys how you can actually do it. So here you just need to basically twist this stick. When you twist it, you just need to twist it, and then when you press it, it actually shows you can actually basically increase and decrease the intensity of the light right here. I don't know why it's not working right here, but I have already shown you guys this particular feature in the Glanza manual model, so you can basically check out that video as well. Now let's start talking about the infotainment screen right here. This is your 8-inch touch screen. In terms of the touch response, it is really very good. I would say it works pretty well actually. And here, as you can see, in terms of the sound quality as well, it is pretty good. I'll surely give you guys the sound quality video on Instagram. You can basically check it out on Instagram. I'm not playing an audio right here because of the copyright issues. Here it will actually show you something like this. These are your radio channels. In terms of touch response, it is pretty good. In terms of the sound quality, it is really very good again. And I'm not putting it right here because of the copyright issues. I'll surely provide you with a sound quality check video on Instagram. You can check it out on Instagram. Here you have your controls for automatic climate control AC. Here you have your 12-volt charging point provided. There is USB as well as aux connectivity provided right there. Here you again have 2 cup holders. This is your gear stick, by the way. Now here, as you can see, here you can basically have this button. I don't know how to show guys. So here, this is the button which you have. You just need to press this button and get into this thing. This is the load mode, by the way. How the load mode works, I'll quickly explain it to you guys. So for example, if your car is full of luggage, if your car is full of people, and if you need more torque, then you can definitely get it into this thing, the load mode, and the car will surely help you with the additional power torque. So what it basically does is the fact that it keeps the gearbox in the lower steps. By the way, this is the CVT transmission provided right here, so it basically keeps the transmission in the lower steps in order to provide you with increased torque. And whenever you are going uphill, that time as well, you can basically get it into load mode, and the gearbox will help you climb the hill. Now this is the parking mode. When you get into reverse, this is the reverse parking camera which you have right here. It also gets guidelines. Here you have this neutral mode. Here you have the drive mode. As soon as you get into drive mode, it will show you D right there. And like I told you, this is basically for your load mode. Here you have a button for shift lock as well, so you can basically lock it. And here you have an handbrake provided. Here you have some center armrest. There's again some space below the center armrest provided right here. Let me show you guys the glove box. So here, as you can see, this is the amount of space. You can easily get your documents right here in the glove box. So guys, I think I have shown you guys most of the things about the interior of the car. Now let me show you guys the door pads right here. So here are your buttons for your power windows. These are your controls for your power windows. This is to lock and unlock the doors. This is basically to lock your power windows. This is basically to fold your mirrors right here. So as soon as I press this button here, as you can see, that is how you can actually electrically retract your outside mirrors. Here you have this joystick provided. From here you can actually adjust your mirror as well. So the mirror is basically electrically adjustable as well as foldable. Here again you have some space. Here you can easily accommodate a 1 liter bottle right there. There's again some space to keep stuff. So guys, I think I have covered most of the things about the interior of the car. Here you have this screen provided, which shows you your temperature as well as the blower speed. So this is much about the interior of the car. Now guys, talking about the safety features, now the Glanza gets two airbags. There is ABS EBD brake assist as well. So that is about the safety features. Now here you have a vanity mirror as well as a sun visor with a vanity mirror. Here you have a light placement provided right there, and here you again have a vanity mirror, which is again a very good thing to actually have. So guys, that is much about the interior. Now let's quickly move inside the second row and let me show you guys the amount of space which you have in the second row. So let me switch off the car first. Let me get inside the second row. So guys, here as you can see, this is the amount of space which you have in the second row of the Toyota Glanza. Now I am in the second row of the car, and here as you can see, you can actually stretch your feet below the driver as well as co-driver seat. In the center you have a hump, but it is not a really very big one, so the middle passenger won't really have to struggle a lot in terms of the legroom as well as in terms of the knee room. It is pretty good, I would say. Right here you have a 12-volt charging point provided as well. And here as you can see, on the co-driver seat, here you basically have this thing provided where you can keep your magazines and stuff. Talking about the shoulder room, you can easily get 2 adults and a kid in the middle right here. Here you have adjustable headrest provided. There is a handle to hold on to. Other than the driver's side, it gets handle to hold on to. Here you again have a hook provided. And in terms of under thigh support, again it is a very good car to be in terms of the headroom as well. You get plenty amount of headroom as well. So in terms of space, there is no issue at all in this particular car. The center armrest could have been a nicer touch right here, but that is not the case here. That is something which should have been provided. This is how the interior of the car looks like. That is much about the space. Here you again have some space to keep stuff. So guys, now let me show you guys the engine of the car, and then we'll start talking about the performance of the car as well. So let me first of all open the engine bay for you guys. So here you have a lever provided. As soon as you pull it, you can open the engine bay of the car. So guys, here you basically have a lever in order to open the hood of the car. So here I'll have to actually open it like this. So here as you can see, this is your 1.2 liter petrol engine, which is a 4-cylinder motor, produces 82.9 PS of power in the automatic variant and produces 113 Newton meters of torque. In terms of the refinement, now this engine is really very good, I would say, in terms of the refinement, and also in terms of the power delivery. It provides you decent amount of grunt for you to actually maneuver the car in the city as well as on the highways. Talking about the cabin, now the cabin is very well insulated place to be in. The car is also really very comfortable. The ride quality is not too stiff, at the same time it is not very soft either. So in terms of the ride quality, it surely provides you good amount of comfort when you drive it in the city, when you take it on the highways, or when you drive it through bad patch of road. Now the handling of the car surely could have been a little bit more better. It surely could have done with a better feel and feedback around the corners, and it does not really weigh up that well. The steering wheel does not really weigh up that well as soon as you build up speed. So that is something which could have been a little bit more better. Other than that, I think the performance from this engine is really very good. Now talking about the gearbox, now this car comes paired to a 5-speed 5-speed manual, as well as there is a CVT option. This one is the CVT. In this video we are going to talk about the CVT. If you want to know about the manual, you can basically check out my review of the manual model as well. Now the CVT gearbox is really very smooth in terms of shifts. When you drive it in the city, it surely provides you very good amount of comfort while driving. It provides you convenience as well, and when you push the throttle completely hard and fast, it surely takes its own sweet time in order to respond, which is also called as the rubber band effect. But that is something which is really very well contained on this car, so I don't really have any issues with the gearbox as well. When you press the throttle in a progressive manner, the car surely pulls quite well. So in terms of for the gearbox, I don't really have any complaints as such. From the engine as well, the engine is really very refined and also provides you a very good amount of power and torque. Now I have spoken about the ride and handling balance as well. The braking performance is again really very good. The braking stopping power is kind of progressive, I would say, in nature. So guys, that is much about the performance of the car. I have also spoken about the safety features which you have in the car. Now it's time to come on to the verdict. So the pricing of this car, the V model, the ex-showroom price of the V model, CVT model is 9,30,000. On road it should cost you somewhere around 10.3 lakh rupees. At this price point, if you are looking out to buy a car which has refined engine, which has excellent cabin insulation, which is really very easy to drive, which has a lighter steering wheel, and which provides you very good amount of comfort as well as mileage, then definitely this is something which you should go with. If your running is mostly in the city, then you can consider the automatic variant. If your running is mixed, then you can surely go with the manual as well. The manual gearbox is also very much smooth shifting. So that is about it. So guys, I think I've covered most of the things about the car. Still, if you have any questions, you can surely ask it to me on Instagram as well as in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer most of your doubts. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, drive safe, ride safe. Bye bye.